Also, from is Tio. I already did this. Same investigation point. I didn't realize, but that does make sense. Oh, where? Haven't I looked? We don't want to head back inside just yet. Yada yada. They definitely couldn't come from this way. If that flashback is anything to go by. Quite the drop. So it's a little too low. Where have I not looked? I got it. Yeah, I bet there probably is a place I missed, because I bet the game's gonna move on as soon as I find all the places. I looked here already. Nothing over here. This is one. This and this are the same one. Chat, where's this last location? What am I missing? I examined all of these railings. Is it like not a railing? Every single one has been a railing except for that bridge, but like where else could I possibly have to look here? Bottom left side railing? Really? This one I looked here. Maybe this one? Can I go in here? Oh, I can go inside here! It's super misleading. I didn't know I can go in there. Alright, I got it now, I think. I didn't realize I can go into the door because we weren't allowed to leave the rooftop, so I was like, I just assumed we had to look in the outskirts. I think I know where to go now. I just didn't know I can leave, so I didn't even try to go through the door. Alright, we should probably climb up here and check to be safe. Brandy, mind giving me a hand? You got it, pal. Tops of the boxes are covered in dust and strange markings. Upon further inspection, it's clear that they are paw prints. Bingo. Yeah, those are definitely from a monster. Looks like paw prints to me. There's our lead. And that means... the probability that they gain entry through here is extremely high. Yeah, I agree. This spot doesn't look too high up from the ground. We should probably let the hospital know so they can stop them from coming here again. Yes, I agree. Does this mean we're done with our investigation here? Yeah, but there are still a lot of unanswered questions. Why'd they even want to come up to the roof in the first place? And why were Lighten's wounds as light as they were? We have a lot to figure out. I suppose only the monsters themselves would know the answers. Sounds about right. What we got should be enough to round out the CGF's report, though. It should be. For now, let's report back to Cecile before we return to the city. We still need to thank her, too. Back to the nurse's station, then. I'm down with that. What, where am I going? I blanked out while reading that. Oh right, we're still doing this quest. I think we can get it done though. I think we got all the ingredients. I'll report to Cecile at the nurse's station. Oh, this is part of the inn. Interesting. I didn't realize it's connected with the inn. Where you at, Cecile? I don't know where they keep you. Granny, guess what? I rode the bus by myself for the first time ever. It was a lot more exciting than when I'm with Mama and Dad. Is that right? How wonderful, dear. Here, Dr. Gwenta gave me this hard candy earlier, but I'd love for you to have it. Thank you, Granny. How cute. OMG Pony, welcome to stream. Hello there, everyone. Nurse Philia. Philia from Tales of Destiny. You're those police officers, right? How's the investigation coming along? We're just about finished, actually. Also, I was hoping I could let Cecile know what we found, Miss News. Miss News, I mean. Ah, is that right? It's just like Cecile said. Come again? I heard loads of stories about you, Lloyd Bannings. Cecile hasn't been able to stop talking about you since your big homecoming. And now I understand why. You're so cute. Me? Cute? Why are you blushing, Lloyd? My word, Lloyd, we're on duty. You're just as bad as Randy. I'm not blushing, and I'm nowhere near as bad as Randy. Yeah, don't compare him to Randy. Like that's an insult. I love Randy, but that's an insult. Hey man, chill. I'm gonna show you how a real pro does things. What are you? You know, babe, if you ask me, you're the real cutie here. Huh? Me? But where are my manners? The name's Randy. And you are? Philia? I'm Philia. You work with Lloyd, Randy? Sure do. I'm a certified boy in blue. You're not wearing any blue. To celebrate our meeting, how about you join me for a little party this weekend? This guy will be there, of course, and you're free to bring some girlfriends too. Now doesn't that sound like a good time? Wait a second, Randy. It's definitely tempting. I like to let my hair down every so often, so I'll call up some of my friends and see who's available. Hell yeah, call them up. How does Grante sound? That's my go-to bar in the city. He has quite the silver tongue. I suppose his claims of being a ladies' man weren't all talk after all. We came here to report to Cecile. How did it end up like this? Wow, I've got to be the luckiest guy in Crossbow. Having a few drinks with an angel like yourself is more than I can ask. An angel, huh? I'm afraid I'm just a regular nurse, Randy. Are you okay with that? No problemo. Besides, you rock that uniform. Hell, every lady here ain't too bad if I'm being honest with myself. But you, babe, you drive me crazy. Oh, Randy. Ain't too bad, huh? Goodness me, I think I'm going red in the face. Huh? Hello there, Martha. Don't act all innocent, Missy. Did you remember to take temperatures this afternoon? That was your job, right? And this weekend? Did you forget something that we're overseeing an incredible... Did you somehow forget that we're overseeing an incredibly complex surgery? Oopsie daisy, haha. Sorry, Randy. Looks like we're gonna have to reschedule. See you later, everyone. I can't believe that worked. Perhaps you'd like to spend the weekend with me instead. I'm sure I'm the angel enough for you, no? Of course, let me just double check my schedule. You're up, Lloyd, tag in. Randy, please. Terribly sorry about him, ma'am. Well, what's done is done. So, has your investigation yielded anything? Must be if you're here for Cecile. Yes, ma'am, we just finished, actually. We found a few new leads we wanted to give her a rundown of. I see. Around this time, Cecile should be checking in on that girl. I don't think it's necessary to use the intercom to page her over. How about this? Why don't you guys go to Cecile and give her your report in person? She should be visiting one of our patients in the farthest room on the 3rd floor. Are we really allowed to go into the patient's room? We won't be interrupting. Of course not. The young child she's looking after is hospitalized here under special circumstances. I'm sure she'd love to have some visitors, so it'd be nice if you could say hello while you're there. Sure thing, we'd be happy to. So you want us to keep the kiddo company for a little bit, huh? That's right, thanks, I appreciate it. If you'll excuse me. Oh, Randy. The sequence was kind of funny. Oh, Boy in Blue is slang for police. I didn't know that. I have never heard that before, but it does make sense because typically police officers are in blue uniform. Hey, Cecile. Ah, Lloyd. Followed the Grandia 1 playthrough, also Lunar Silver Song, Silver Star Story. Only I did Silver Star Harmony. Hope you do the last part of Lunar 2. I skipped parts of the final phase. Clarify this message for me. The last part of Lunar 2, do you mean Lunar 2 Eternal Blue? Because Lunar 2 is a game. Lunar 2 is the sequel to Lunar 1. If you're saying the last part of Lunar 2, that playthrough is complete. I have a Lunar 2 playthrough on the channel. I'm not really sure what you mean by that. The nurse administrator told us that you were working up here. But, are we interrupting? No, not at all. These are the people I was telling you about, Shizuku. The police officers of the CPD, Defenders of Justice. Defenders of Justice? I think you might be overselling us a bit, Cecile. Thank you for everything you do, officers. My name is Shizuku MacLane. We're glad to help, Shizuku. Wait, hold on. You said MacLane? Ah, so you must be related to what's-his-face, Arios. That name definitely rings a few bells. I'm sure you've seen it in the papers plenty of times. You see, her father is none other than Arios. Ah, so father. Okay, Arios does look like he could be a dad. Seriously? The Divine Blade of Wind? That guy's got a kid? Do you all know my father? Well, I guess you could say that. He helped us out of a tight spot a while ago, but we haven't seen him much since. Oh, is that so? I know my father could be a bit blunt sometimes, so I hope he didn't do anything to offend you. No, definitely not. Honestly, meeting someone as accomplished as him pushed me to better myself. He certainly didn't mince his words, but it was clear he's a dependable man who cares about people. You have a wonderful father, don't you, Shizuku? Do you really think so? Oh, Shizuku, you're always such a daddy's girl, aren't you? Still, whenever he comes to visit, you're so shy. You should just let loose. Say stuff like, I love you, father, and give him lots of big hugs, okay? But Cecile, that's embarrassing. Hard to imagine that workaholic getting smothered by his daughter, huh? Agreed. It's quite hard to picture. By the way, we might have a lead for your case. Shizuku tells me that she noticed something out of the ordinary that night. She did? Well, I remember the night Lighten was attacked. I was having a hard time falling asleep, so I stayed up reading my Braille books. And all of a sudden, I heard a scream. Really? What happened next? Well, I was curious what was happening, so I opened the window and listened very carefully. I didn't hear any more screams, but I did hear something that sounded like heavy breathing. After a few minutes, I suddenly heard a thumping sound, almost like someone was jumping. And, that's all I remember. Interesting. Did you tell the CGF all that too? To be honest, I thought I dreamt the entire thing. I only realized I hadn't when Cecile told me what happened. I'm so sorry, everyone. If only I had said something earlier. No, it's fine. We appreciate you telling us, Shizuku. Anyway, this statement supports the clues we found during our investigation on the roof. Sure does, and that scream she heard must have been lightened right before you fainted. And those sounds afterwards could have been the wolves panting as they jumped onto the boxes to escape. Oh, and there was one other thing, though I might have just misheard it. It's okay, Shizuku. Even the smallest detail might be an important clue. Okay. There was one more sound I thought I heard as all those other sounds were happening. It was kind of like a faint whistling coming from somewhere in the distance. Whistling? Maybe it was some kind of specific noise these monsters make? Like a howl. Shizuku, have you heard that particular sound before? No, I've only heard it that night. I must have misheard it after all. I wouldn't be so sure. Anyway, thanks for giving us your statement, Shizuku. It might end up being a clue we need. Cecile, you ready to hear our report? I think our investigation here has helped make the truth a little bit clear. Yes, of course. Well, Shizuku, I'll see you around dinner time, alright? Okay, I hope the rest of your shift goes well, Cecile. And good luck with your investigation, everyone. You can count on it, Shizuku. We'll definitely come visit again. Cecile, that girl. Yeah, she lost her eyesight in an accident several years ago. Fortunately, there's hope she may regain it someday. She's been staying at St. Ursula and undergoing treatment little by little. Well, that's good to hear. Must be very difficult for her. She's a brave girl. Since the Bracer Guild keeps her father busy, she gets quite lonely here. Yet despite that, she always has a smile on her face. I'd really appreciate it if you four could be her friends. I'm sure she'd like that too. Of course, Cecile, we'd love to. She seems like a lovely girl. I certainly wouldn't mind spending more time with her. I feel the same. Leave it to me, Cecile. I'll use every bit of my charm to keep that smile on her face. Thank you, everyone. Now back to business. I take it you figured out something. Mind filling me in? So the monsters got in through here then. Right, we still don't know what compelled them to do it. But the hospital should take some precautions for the time being. I agree, we'll have to improvise. It may be possible to set up some sort of fence to keep monsters away. Yeah, it should do the trick. You would need something sturdy that could be easily set up. Does the hospital have anything like that? I believe we have something amongst our outdoor equipment that would work. I'll talk to the chief and see if we can get it installed soon. You don't gotta apologize for not watching it. I was saying, the way you said it was, hope you'll do the last part for Lunar 2. The Lunar 2 playthrough's been done for a year and a half, so I mean, the playthrough's there. You can, like, the good thing is, on YouTube, you can watch it whenever you want. It's always gonna be there, is what I meant. Like, Lunar 2, I finished that playthrough like a year and a half ago. So it's all complete. Good work today, guys. Thanks to you all, everyone at the hospital can work worry-free. Nothing to it. Plus, I totally understand people not wanting to spoil themselves, so they kind of go through games and then, like, either come back to my playthroughs to watch them to see how I react to things or see how to get through things, or if they're stuck specifically. So, like, I mean, people's mileage varies. But the playthrough is there, all 125 parts. Very, very good game, one of the best. We didn't do anything that special. All we did was figure out how the wolves got in. Hey now, if not for you, we would never have known how to prevent something like this from happening again. If you keep this up, then before long, the SSS will be on the front page just as often as Arios. I guarantee it. You really think so? Hell yeah, we will. Thank you for the kind words, Cecile. We'll do our best. I'm glad. Lloyd, when you're able to take some time off, let's meet up again, okay? I'd like to go visit his grave sometime together. Yeah, we should do that. One last thing. When they see you next, make sure to tell me whether you're dating Ellie or Tio, okay? Cecile! I'll have to congratulate you on getting your first girlfriend. I told you it wasn't like that. That's what you think now. Maybe she's on to something, though. Oh, and I didn't mean to leave Brandy out. Just let me know, okay? Whoever it is, you have my full support. How many times do I need to tell you? Hey, if it'll make Cecile happy, I don't mind giving it a try. Well, I'd mind. I'd love to talk more, but I'll have to excuse myself here. Take care on the way back, everyone. We will. Thank you for everything. Oh, Cecile's funny. I like her.